Hey y'all, it's your girl Erica Solstice, and this is my life as an artist. Welcome to my channel. Although my life is filled with many roles, music is at the center of it all. And that's what I want to share with you. Join my journey full of stories, lessons, and loves. I'm Erica Solstice, and this is my life as an artist. So today I want to talk about performing. Yes. I love performing. Like, I totally love it. It's so much fun. I'm not a stage fright kind of person. I feel like when I step on a stage, I'm home, darling. I'm here. Let's go. Let's do it. What are we doing today? Like, I love, performing. And that was probably one of the best things about growing up. I grew up in a space where I had a very musical family, a very artistic family. So on one side of my family, we was always singing. On another side of my family, we was always dancing and dressing up. And, so like I'm literally like a mixture of both, of my sides of the family, my maternal and paternal side. And, I remember my mama was like Joe Jackson. She'd kill me if she knew I said that. But she wasn't like that. Like, she wouldn't whoop us around like performing. But if we signed up for a talent show or she wanted us to be in one and we were down for it, honey, she played no games. No games about practicing, rehearsing. And, she would be on top of you about the moves. Because usually, like, if we were in a talent show, we were dancing. And so my mom would make up a dance, all right, choreograph it for us. And she would teach it to us. And honey, she was expecting you to get it right. And I remember this was like elementary school. And those community, we went to like a community elementary school. And, there were always like little talent shows and little things like that engaged the community and brought your family and friends and all those people into school. And, you had to show out because, we also were in the hood, and everybody know everybody in the hood. We know, if you don't know everybody, you probably not from there. So, so that was a reputation to be upheld, and upheld. And, I remember in college being in plays and even outside of school, being in choir and, Easter speeches, different plays and things. And I just loved it. Most people, I found myself, I really have like this I shouldn't say split personality because that sounds medical and that's not what I mean. But like I have this very studious, which is translate into like corporate and then sometimes like quiet side to me. Like I have both. Like when I'm at home, I'm very much so like an introvert. Versus like when I'm out, I'm very much so like an extrovert. And so, I have that side of me. And so usually like in school, people wouldn't know. Like they probably thought of me as fun, outgoing and stuff like that. But then like on stage, they'd be like, oh my God, who are you? Like that's kind of how it would be. People would just be shocked, because I light up, I turn on, like it's my thing. Unfortunately, I didn't go that route and realize how big of a deal it was for me early on, but I still like cherish all the memories of like school and growing up. Another thing that's special about me performing, I feel like it's one of the ways where I'm able to connect to people in such like a magical and healthy way. You get to see people's faces. I'm a very perceptive person and I pick up on like people's energies and the feeling in the room. Like I've always been like that. It's another reason why I do really good with one-on-ones with people. And I've had like a lot of friends where we have like this close dynamic relationship. I can have the friends in a group, but then it's like these one-on-ones too, where things are different. And I think a lot of that has something to do with my perceptiveness. And I think that really helps me when it comes to performing. I think it's so important to like read the room, kind of like when they in business, when they say, you know, you network and you read the room, see who's who, what's going on. It's the same thing with like performing. And I think that's so special. I think it helps you be a better performer, you know, if you're open to that energy. I think one of the coolest things about performing is shifting people's energy, right? People, you never know what they're coming from, what they left at home, what they're going back to, whatever. And it's like, I think I didn't even understand that until like getting older, you know, and having some harder times and then like looking for an escape and entertainment. You know, entertainment for the longest time was always something I did. So I never thought of it as an escape. It was like work, or it was something I had to do. But then, you know, when I start to move away from it as a adult, then I understood what it was like to be an escape for somebody. Like they're coming to not think about their problems, or they're coming to not, you know, worry or stress, or to just be free, or to whatever. And I think that's such a special space to hold for other people, you know. And I totally get that's why, you know, it's easy for people to become fans of you when you do it, because you kind of like a guardian of that space for them. You know, you take them to higher heights or to a better place, even if it's for an hour or a few hours or 30 minutes even. And, you know, that just adds a little bit more pressure, though, on, like, being a really good performer. But typically I find, like, if you just enjoy it, that's, like, half the battle right there. Another thing I say that's very special about performing is, like, knowing your edge. Like, knowing what makes you unique and stand out. I notice with me, like, not only do I come alive on stage and I turn on it, in a sense, I feel like I have this alter ego, which... don't get deep about that, okay? I was once that deep Christian too that was looking at Beyonce sideways like, girl, Sasha, you got a different personality. What you talking about? But I get it now. Like sometimes if you're a shy person like Beyonce is, right, in her day-to-day life, you kind of have to supercharge, you know, take on a different persona so that you can better, you know, meet the needs of the moment. And while I feel like I naturally do that, it's not always easy to do, you know, especially if the room is heavy or if people looking at you like, who are you? I don't care what, you know, like what you gonna do. And you can sometimes feel that, or maybe you're not feeling 100%, or maybe you're not so confident, or maybe you're tired, or whatever it is. And like knowing your edge, like when you get on stage, is so key to like being able to overcome that and being able to win over an audience, you know, especially like for me, when I get on stage, I tend to become a little bit more funny. And I think the reason why is because I'm like not afraid to say things. So I'll say things that I normally wouldn't say, or, you know, I'll say things that I probably think but wouldn't say, you know. So I find myself, you know, for me, the stage is like freedom to go the extra mile, or go harder, or like get wild, get crazy, or test the waters and see like how to mess somebody up. I want to say how to F somebody up. That's my, you know, my artisticness wanting to come out. But like I like to say shit, you know, I like to say crazy stuff. I like to, like, you know, at my last karaoke, there was this guy, him and his friends, and they were kind of a rowdy bunch. And, you know, nobody was doing karaoke. And like in my case, when no one's doing karaoke, then I'm the karaokeer. So I'm singing for hours. And it's just like, this is cool and all, I like singing, but this is not a performance. This is karaoke. Like, get y'all asses up here and sing. You know what I'm saying? And so there's this guy, I just kept singing his name because I was trying my best to like get him to come on stage. I kind of knew it wasn't going to happen, but it was almost like comical relief. And then I also got to make fun of him because like he was just blushing. Like every time I started singing his name, like, Erica, Erica. Then I start freestyling. Why don't you get up here and sing, honey? You better sing with me. I just do shit, And they like, oh, so everybody like, oh, this cool, because this ain't rehearsed. Like, she ad-libbing. It's almost like when you a rapper and you freestyling. Everybody like, oh, shoot, hold up. It kind of takes you up a notch. So some of the outcomes, I think, of me loving being a performer and loving to perform is that, like, I get to meet so many different people. I get to showcase my talent, and, I love compliments, like people compliment me on things, even especially when my inner critic be so hard on myself. It's so nice that even if I'm like, yeah, no, I still F that up. But other people be like, oh my gosh, you were so good. You were so amazing. Oh my gosh, you're so fun. You're so talented. I love your voice. So on and so forth. You're so pretty. All these different things. And it's just like so nice, to receive that from other people. It's also nice to be an inspiration for others. A lot of times I'll hear about something that maybe I didn't know about from the person directly, but someone that they were close to, they talked to them about me, and then that person told me. And that's special too, because that meant that somebody felt impacted by me or by whoever enough, right? That they went home and told their family about it. And that's like the best, that's absolutely the best. Because that meant that, like, even though they didn't get a chance to say it to you, or even though you didn't know, you still had impact. And so much so that now the word has been passed on to other people. I can't stress enough, like, how important it is to have that edge and have that factor. Whether it's your sweetness, whether, you a dime piece and you fine, whether you sexy, whether you strong, whether you crazy, whatever it is, like, whatever that thing is going to make you memorable and have people, talking about you later or clamoring over you or whatever it is. Like, all of that is good shit when it comes to being an epic ass performer and just, having fun with it. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say, like, the only way you get to this performance status, of just being a really great entertainer and performer and moving a crowd, whether it's small or large, is to plan, be prepared, know your shit. Like, all of that is so important. And I'm sure that's obvious, right? It's important to understand how much that actually goes into that, though. Which is probably why entertainers get paid the big bucks, because there's so much time you putting in on the back end where you're not on the clock, nobody's paying you for it, but everybody knows when you step on the stage, if you're prepared, if you planned, if you practiced. And of course, the more time you spend in with practice and all of those things, the better you're gonna be at performing. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, like my video. Give me that big thumbs up if you enjoy this content. Let me know in the comments too if something I said was helpful or hit home for you or just was a reminder or whatever. But perform on. If you haven't been performing but you want to, do it now. I'll see y'all next time.